of my life as a father. And I think the only time I could relate how scared I was when my dad in 2020 during the lockdown was in the hospital by himself, and we got the news that he was gonna pass by himself with no one there. Anyways, the reason why I was scared was because my baby girl here, she was sick for the very first time. Seems like she has like some type of like virus or cold, whatever. So the whole thing here is hair is crazy. The whole thing here was that I got sick first, and I completely blame myself. It's my fault. I try to take the proper precautions to avoid bringing in the sickness into the household. However, obviously, my first time being a parent, and I'm not perfect. Nobody is. So I still got wifey sick, and then that got the baby sick. Right. So she started sneezing here and there 2 days ago. Then yesterday she started like coughing, and then at night, that's when I really got nervous because I put her to sleep. Well, my girl put her to sleep, and she started like literally choking on her own mucus. She couldn't breathe from her nose. She couldn't breathe from her mouth, and she started like throwing up just to like create some space so that she could sleep and breathe rather. So me being a stoic man, even though I was scared shitless in the inside, I was composed. I try to be as calm as possible, and I really tried to make sure I helped my girl. I put like the ventilator on, gave her some steroids just to open her up a little bit, and there was like this like, I don't know, this booger suction vacuum thing that helped her out a little bit. She was crying all day. I stayed up till like 4 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, she kept crying. She'll wake up, she'll fall asleep, and then she would wake up because she couldn't breathe. And I was scared shitless, man. I was like, fuck, we're gonna go to the ER. This has been like the best 3 months of my life. And the best 3 months of my life. Her name is Alessandra. Thanks for asking. And imagine she dies, and it's all my fault because I got her sick. That like those are the thoughts as a new parent, as a dad. Like you just want to blame yourself and take the responsibility, right? So every hour she's waking up, and I'm just trying to be as supportive as possible, cleaning up her throw up, doing the little machine from her nose, and yeah, and I was working. I'm just working on changing lives, building booties. Doing the Lord's work on the computer, doing admin work. And this morning was beautiful because I told my girl, I was like, listen, like, I know yesterday was pretty intense, but I really liked how we bonded because like we just kept looking at each other and we're like, holy shit, like whatever. And she kept blaming herself. She kept blaming herself because she was like, oh, I got her sick. And I'm like, babe, like she's a baby. It's inevitable that she was gonna get sick, right? What's up, guys? How you doing, Jules? And she felt a little better. But this morning I told her, I was like, hey, like I really loved how we bonded. Like I don't feel like we've ever bonded like that ever, right? And I was like, we really bonded. I really appreciate that. And I know it sounds sick because like she was sick. And she laughed and smiled and she was like, Brian, you know what's crazy? Like, always knew you were going to be a phenomenal father because I grew up with no dad. All my true Barca Fitness fans, you guys know my story growing up. If not, search it up. But she was like, I know now, absolutely. Like, if something ever happens to me, I know she's gonna be safe. And the only reason I was calm and collected is because you were calm and collected, and like you took leadership, and that really like made me realize how important masculine energy a father figure is in a household. Like, imagine if I was going crazy and nervous and scared. She would have gotten that energy. And then my girl would have gotten that energy, and nothing would have been efficiently done. Right? So, I'm located in New York City, by the way. New Jersey, New York City, the U.S. So, she was like, I followed your lead. And that made me realize, and I wanted to share that with you because I feel like that's so powerful, and that's something that's needed, especially with parents in general. Father figures are needed. Masculine energy is needed, just like feminine energy is needed. Like, I even told her last night while she was like throwing up, I was like, hey, like, how she's always crying when I hold her more than 5 minutes. And she was like, no, like, it's not like that. I'm like, no, like, Stephanie, it is. And Stephanie's my girl. And I was I'm like, it is. But like, a 3-year-old, a 3 months to a 3-year-old, all they need is like their mom. They don't really need their father. Truly. Like, they need to breastfeed, they need the nurturing. After they could somewhat like speak and they could walk around, absolutely they need their father a little bit more and a little bit more. When they're just fresh off the womb, they don't really need their dad. It's evolutionary. And she completely agrees. But it just shows how like important a father figure is and masculine energy is. And that's something that's needed in the household now in 2025. There's a lot of husbands and male figures inside the household that are soft, that they don't take initiative. They share their feelings. And listen, I was scared shitless, but I'm not going to show it because someone famously once said, if the captain of the ship is scared when the ship is going down, the whole crew is going to get scared. But if the captain of the ship is ambitious and taking leadership, then everybody's going to feel motivated. I'm the captain of the ship. That's how important male figure is in the house, in the household. So that's something that I wanted to share. Any questions? I know this isn't like fitness related, but I felt like I needed to share this. I just kind of wanted to like maybe vent a little bit. I appreciate you guys like tuning in. And she's only 3 months. Her name is Alessandra. And she's a phenomenal baby. She's a cutie. She's not vaccinated. Don't believe in that. That's another low-key. In the back of my head, I was like, shit. Imagine she dies because she got a cold. And it's me. I made that decision, Imagine that. Anyways. That's all I wanted to share, guys. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please let me know. Comment below. If you like videos like this a little bit more, getting to know me, getting to know a little bit of like parenthood and fatherhood, I have no problem sprinkling in things like this, I just wanted to open up with you guys a little bit more. Say hi. Hi. She looks like me, right? Do we have any moms here? Anyone in the chat say me? Moms here at all? No? Alright. Oh, she's getting a little fussy. I gotta feed the baby now. I gotta feed her. Alright, bye guys.